Okay. I think that's that. Let me go and apply that right away. And then add you to the Fondled Crafts over here. Led by Mace. Craft word. Whoa! Hang on. Umbrella Droid. And who was the other one, and why don't I see you in the list? Umbrella Droid. Oh, it's Why Me? Search. Why? What? Did I make you a baby? You're a baby. Okay. I'm going to rename this dwarf. Who's that from? Lejdfadarn! Father of Sound. Thank you very much for the donation. Lejdfadarn. Okay, so this is actually going to be Litholad over there. So I'm going to apply that. And I'm going to make sure that we've got an adult dwarf right there. That is going to be Why Me. Because for some reason, you can't put kids in the military, even though dwarf children seem to be some of the most lethal bastards in this game. I tell you what. Alright, the Fondled Crafts. I love that name. Why Me? Okay. Now, let's do the rest from the random subscriber list. We've got A.to.Z. to fleas. We got Master Oink! Master Oink has been something before. Hey, hey! And the Strutning. Sir Ant Smashlot. Oh, it's too long! Ant Smashlot or Sir Ant? Sir Ant. Kirk Dict. Some people are being horrified. There's clearly something going on. Let me pause. Apply to make sure I haven't lost my space, my place. Got a Flow 258 is a great Mason. Tracer 79. Slay Song. We've got a Viscount. Plus Beats, who's in my RimWorld game. Hope you don't demand a really fancy bedroom in this game, just like you did in RimWorld. Xylife. And Sarmwiller, who has definitely been in, again, RimWorld. Pretty sure. Maybe Dwarf Fortress, but I think it was RimWorld. Rusty Submarine, thanks for the sub. Do 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 do. Alright, we're still missing some metal bits. That is still being smelted away. Feral dwarven children in abandoned fort are the worst. Yeah, that was crazy. You're like... So for those of you who don't know what we're talking about, we had a fort die to... I think it was like a colossus, like one of these big Forgotten Beast type things that came to the surface. And it was one of the ones where I was like intending to play a little bit shorter, so I didn't really defend the same way. So I sent out my military to go fight it. They all got slaughtered, and the next group got slaughtered, and the next group got slaughtered, and eventually all the adult dwarfs were dead, and all the children had gone crazy from grief. And I had no one left, so I had to abandon the fort. But I decided, it was a cool embark, whatever it was. So we decided to reclaim the same fort. Basically, send another embark out to the exact same place. So all the digging and stuff would be done. Quite a lot of the stuff would still be there. It would be awesome. So we sent it there, and as we were re-exploring the fort to find all the stuff again, because you have to do that, feral, crazed children are leaping out of the darkness and murdering our dwarves. And I think we sent like quite a few, because we had a lot of resources in the base waiting for us. I sent like a relatively well-armed group of 7 dwarves, and they went and like were getting murdered by these crazed kids. And like for the first 2 years, we kept being worried about it. And then there were all the ghosts, right? Because like the ghosts of like several dozen dead dwarves from the previous fortress were haunting the fortress. So we had to get everyone buried. We had to make a bunch of stone slabs. It was awesome. It was a great fort. This game we had a few issues with some were chameleons, but they have been dealt with. Right now I actually feel mostly that I'm having issues with, like, work constantly being oddly suspended. Item blocking site. What, this site? There's something forbidden here? No. There's the old cage. You cancel that. Yeah, there's no item there. You have a Yeti. The doors aren't blocked. Build. Cage. Or cage right here. Expand. Want a cage with a Yeti. Something odd going on. I can't put my finger on, like, what the hell's causing it. Oh, I wonder if we have to assign any grazing animals that came. There's probably some pets. Sort for grazing. There we go. Arrows, maybe? I think I've... no, because I've claimed it all. I went D for designate, B for whatever, C for claim, and marked this area. So all those arrows have been reclaimed. So I don't know what's going on. Well, I mean, I don't know if you noticed it, but I'm also a farmer in this game as I am in the real world. Oh, I didn't realize you were a farmer in both. That's really funny. Some people are just born to it. Alright, so things have been moved, waiting for construction. They haven't auto-suspended yet. Because there's a bunch of that happening here, too. Well, some of it may be just, like... Yeah, so I can't unforbid that chest because we're waiting for it to be constructed, but it's like the masons are making... Are coffers not chests? I think they are. And presumably have 9 of them kicking around. I mean, coffers are not bins. We have beds there. Build. Container. In planning mode. Also, these can be bedroomified. I can't make ice mugs, unfortunately, which is too bad. Can you think of a better way to keep your beer cold? Cannot reach site. How on earth can you not reach that site? I don't have any burrows assigned. The doors should all be working. Is it the furniture that's in the way? Do you have to be able to move adjacent? Oh. I think only to install. After that stops being a problem. And some of these have already been installed, so... confused. Sometimes the dwarves will stand exactly where they're supposed to be building, so a blockage error will appear, and it's probably because of the crap that was around. And yeah, that probably explains why these chests here aren't being built, because there's probably no way to do it. But if I go and build containers, say right down there, that should be perfectly fine. Although it doesn't explain, like, these. This is literally just saying, like, we don't have one. Maybe there's some confusion because people keep trying to grab the ones that can't be reached. And that sort of picks up the assignment. And so they're sort of being reserved for these ones that will never work. And they're not being installed elsewhere. Maybe that's it. Let's go and remove these, which can never be reached. So now all the ones that are there, I think, are reachable. That also might explain why some of the other jobs aren't happening. Because it just might be like a sort of internal weird loop. Specifically maybe with auto labor. Or the placement manager thing. Anywho, what we need to do is designate these chains here. Make room. And used for justice. Make room. Used for justice. Make room. Used for justice. Now, ideally, we should actually deck these rooms out with some extra stuff. But let's not do that right now. I will go ahead and assign a smoothing job for all this. It's important that prisoners actually have good thoughts, otherwise they might go berserk and make things worse, which would be bad. Prince Artemis, thank you very much for the sub. Mace, how you feeling about things? You're good about your office and quarters. Your dining room needs to be improved. You also want one chest, one cabinet, and a weapon rack in this. So let's go ahead, build a container, build a cabinet in the dining room, which should impress things a bit more, and a weapon rack and armor stand. Oh, right. I'm not in placement mode is all. There it is. There you go. That should satisfy everything you're looking for. Gorash! Thank you. Actually, this is from Cousin Okri. Well, thank you very much, Okri / Gorash. It's very kind of you. Alright, the rock coffer job here. Okay. So he was saying there was a number, but that's because I had, I think, bag/box of any type, and that was the mismatch. So that's the reason those aren't being installed, is because they weren't being built properly. The coffers were being permanently blocked because of the stone selection. So that does count boxes/bags because they're both containers, but maybe these chests can never be bags? I thought they could be, but maybe that's it for those. I mean, so there's a combination of different issues going on here. Alright, we'll revisit the bedrooms later. The cabinets certainly seem fine. But yeah, once we get some chests down here, then they won't leave clothing lying around, and that'll be a lot better. Also be nice when all those rocks go away. We do have like a block repeating job here. Oh, I actually don't have a queued on this one, which I should. And I'm just going to edit this like 50 to 100 blocks. Basically, they'll be cutting blocks forever, but it'll help to clear some of this stuff up, especially if we start using the blocks for more things. We could just do a big dumping job too, but what the hell. Yeah, there is a way to do automatic vein digging in the current build of Dwarf Fortress as well. Okay, yeah. If you're on mining mode and you hit A, you can toggle this bit down here for auto mining. That's built into the base version of Dwarf Fortress. But I still use the DF hack version of hitting Control V when you're sitting on a piece of a material, and because I'm used to it and I like the way it works. So that's all it is. How's Mace feeling now? Oh, his dining room is still not fancy enough. It'll probably be fancy enough after everything gets smoothed. So we just have to wait for that to happen. No problemo. And I think the bedrooms will be fine now that we have enough actual coffers queued up. Like real coffers. They just weren't being made before and that. So you can see a couple of them just hit the stockpile and then immediately get picked up. Bueno. No caravans coming? No caravans have come in a while. What's the season right now? It's late spring. I mean, we get the dwarven one in October, or in the fall. We did get one human caravan come, and we stole all their stuff. Hope they didn't take it personally. Also, there's still a ton of stuff sitting here that has never been hauled anywhere, which seems a little odd. I find that happens sometimes with these, with stuff that's sitting here. Like, for some reason, it doesn't get picked up and moved. I'm actually tempted to go and, like, destroy the trade depot and then rebuild it. Because they're not forbidden. Well, now I can't actually even see the stuff, but... Someone just grew. A dwarven child. Yeah, but who are you? Kogan. Combat child. So they're con. So stop being a baby, started being a child. Okay. Rubbish Man, how do you fix a broken ice fort? With some igloo. That's terrible. I love it. I've never heard that one before. Your passion for your work and fans never cease to make me smile. Keep up the good work and buy some whiskey. Thank you very much. Resuming production of leather trousers. Because who doesn't want to go around in leather chaps all the time? Yeah. We do have a... We have a loom collecting webs. And we do have a clothier's workshop, don't we? Oh, it might be over here. Ashery, craft dwarf. Oh man, we have lots of craft dwarf workshops. I didn't realize that, actually. A ridiculous amount. I was just going to make sure that we are actually producing regular clothing to replace anything that has fallen off some naked dwarves. I don't see it. So, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove one of these craft dwarf workshops in general. Clothier's workshop. Yeah, we don't have one. Because I could have just checked that sooner. Built it there. Make you out of sylvanite blocks. And we'll start that. So many little chicks. Hurting my FPS. Liam Lime! You ever tried the somewhat similar game Space Station 13? Space Station 13 is interesting. It's similar in that it has a depth of stuff you can do. It's very dissimilar in that it's naturally sort of a multiplayer game instead of anything else, which is a little bit weird. Also, it's weird. I'm surprised there's not more people smoothing here. We've got a ton of idlers. And very little smoothing that's going on. It's the detail job, right? Four dwarves are assigned. Got a bunch of people assigned to cut wood, even though we aren't cutting wood. I think that can also be a thing. 1 to 4. There, never have more than 4 dwarves assigned to cut wood. I think that's sometimes an issue. And then even with mining... Mine? Mine. Limited to 10. So a lot of dwarves are assigned to that. Now, I think that's just... No, yeah, that brought down my number of idlers. I think that was part of it. Because they weren't doing other things, because they were assigned to these things in bulk. Feed water civilians. 83 dwarves have that enabled, which I guess is fine. Probably. A Fey mood! Actually, you know what? I'm going to take that down. Is it feed underscore water underscore civilians? There's never going to be a good reason to have, say, more than 20. So let's do that as just like a defensive measure. I think most, like, people will have more than one job, especially when it comes to feed and watering civilians. But there we go. Okay, what are you going to go and claim, buddy? A craft dwarf workshop. And correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't you a child? Jodo? You're a dwarven child. He's 2 years old. Well, it's the Fae, man. Can't argue with the Fae. Bo knows that. Bo knows that. She learned. Oh, I need to build a new trade depot. To replace the one I took down because it was sort of being dumb. Can I just use blocks? Yeah, there we go. There are a bunch of different blocks. Okay. I think he's going to grab probably some bone from out there. Two-year-old Master Craft Dwarf. Unfortunately, it's a Fey mood, not a strange mood, so he won't come out being legendary. Legend, wait for it. Nope. Not going to be legendary. I'm wondering if I should have a second butcher shop. Actually, I'm going to do that. Maybe even a third. There's like so many of these little poults that have to be slaughtered. I think it might be better if we start doing it in bulk. I'll build... not there. I do want to build a second access route, though, just in case. Or better yet, actually. It should just be a double wide from here, because people will prioritize using this hallway. Okay, good. Necronoth, he created an earring. The person who had the glass workshop. It was a cool glass earring with some extra hoops and things. I don't think he even menaced with spikes. No. Oh, yes, it did menace with spikes. Of course it did. It wouldn't be a dwarven artifact otherwise. Mine out that area. Butcher cancels dig, lost pick. What? How did you lose your pick? Did someone just steal it from under you? I guess it seems likely. Alright. Okay, that's all been dug out. Now B, W, Butcher is you? You. The Butcher is you. More butcher shops. And then build door, because we need to box these in so that the rotting miasma doesn't flow back into the fortress. Cage all the chicks will drastically reduce the FPS. Yes, then I'd have to micromanage caging the chicks. Instead, what I do is I just kill any chicks. I butcher them when there's more than 20 of them, which is also fine. You know, who cares, right? I got lots of food. I don't need to necessarily optimize the meat production, and that's good enough. I just need more butcher shops so that they get, you know, hit a little quicker. Because I'd still have to micromanage something. I suppose, actually, it might be a hell of a lot faster to have an access tunnel that way. Sunny Lisica. Thank you very much for subscribing. You sure have a lot of I's and L's, one after another. That is a bed. I wanted. Build a door. There. Alright, so there's a lot of ways to access our butchery industry. Alright. A dog bone legging. What? So, Void Sealing is the name of the artifact. This is a dog bone leggings. All craft worship is of the highest quality, of course. Decorated with pigtail fiber. Object is adorned with hanging rings of blue garnet and menaces with spikes of dog bone and rock salt. On the item is the image of a peanut plant in rock salt. On the item is an image of thick crescents in tower cap. On the item is an image of Void Sealing, the dog bone leggings in blue garnet. So it's a redundant or recursive artifact. On the item is an image of Zas Mind Moisten, the dwarf and dwarves in copper. Zas Mind Moisten is surrounded by the dwarves. Artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Zas Mind Moisten to the position of Queen of the Flag of Urging in 17. Alright, Mind Moisten, the Flag of Urging. Sounds fine to me. Mace is finally satisfied with the rooms that he's got. Excellent. We're still doing a little smoothing over there, which is fine. Got a couple more subs came in. Delta Mike Oscar, DMO. Thank you very much for the sub. And Glowellen with the resub for 5 months. Thank you. So these pults are going to be slaughtered en masse now. Giving us a tiny amount of meat and bone on every go. Not much, but, you know, whatever. And it could all be optimized, but sounds like work. This Yeti cage is really never getting built. They're convinced there's something blocking the site. Is it like itself? Tell you what. Remove the construction. And then store the box. As soon as I remove it, it actually like shoves it over. It's really weird. There's a Yeti hair thread there. Maybe that's the problem. This gets moved over on top of the hair, but they can't actually install it. Maybe we just have to wait until this gets properly carted off. I mean, it wasn't forbidden or anything. So we'll just wait for it to all get hauled properly. The hair thread doesn't even show up on the screen, though. Actually, I'm wondering if I should just in case, let's go and just dump it. So coffers are being produced again. Yeah, they are. Slowly but surely. Good. In fact, what I'm going to do near this staircase is build some more stone masons workshops. Because we're going to keep needing a lot of this stuff. I know it's kind of a weird place to build it, because my idea was that it's close to more stone being here, although they still seem to haul it from all over the frickin' place. But we've got a lot of people. We can work more masons, get those coffers and doors and stuff built a lot faster. Fossiani is running a party. Good for him. With the last fort Quill had, he started making a lot of things out of gold, like a well or something. I don't know if it was the last fort, but definitely a recent fort. And yeah, we had tons of gold kicking around. We actually have a little bit on here. Not an unlimited amount, but we definitely do have some. Okay, limonite and... maybe we don't have any more limonite. Never finish that iron mace. Let me queue up one copper mace. Because Because what do we have a lot of blocks of? We want to go to stocks, bars, which is right there. Actually, we have a crap ton of iron bars. How come no one is making that iron mace? Yeah, I mean, it's still there. Do task now. There we go. I don't know what that does, but... Oops. Come on. Bring it up. There we go. Properly. Guess I should just do that. Auto laborer. What's the... It's like metal work, right? Metal crafts? Or forge armor and weapons? There's dwarves assigned to it, but maybe not enough. Forge, weapon. $6 to 200. Forge armor. It's such a long trip. I think by the time they get down there, they decide, like, it's time to go do something else. I do have some food and stuff stored down there, but not that much. And then metal craft. There. Yeah, it's a massively far walk to get down here. Then they get thirsty, although we do have some... Oh, these are empty barrels. And we can make this a priority, right? We can say... Yeah, will take, so we can tell it to take from...
Summer is upon us.
Summer is upon us. What I'm going to do is, my stockpiles up here, I'm going to change them. Right now, all of these stockpiles are all-purpose stockpiles. I'm going to modify that as soon as it unpauses. As soon as it unpauses. Autosave takes such a long time. There we go. Alright. These three stockpiles, we're going to change you. Do not... There we go. Do not take food. You do not take food. You do not take food. This stockpile, I'm actually going to trash completely. You are no longer a stockpile. Instead, I'm going to make two stockpiles. One here. And one here. The top one, block all, is just going to be for drinks. The bottom one is going to be for everything but drinks. Also not seeds. And also not lie, because otherwise that gets weird. Both of them are allowed to have max barrels. Good. So then, my two little stockpiles here, the one on the right is the prepared food one. So you are going to take from that. And you are going to take, this is my drink one, from this. There we go. So I believe that will make it so that these stockpiles here are always full and getting refilled. And that should mean that people down here should be able to get some food and drink a little bit more consistently. Oh, freaking mare. 3 more maces. Did the last set of maces get made? Oh, they did, but then you're just asking for more right away. Copper mace. Well, again, we have lots of iron. And an iron mace should be fine. So 3 of those. Not steel, just iron is going to be okay. As long as people work consistently down here. I can install some beds down here too, but people will prefer going to their rooms. There we go. First barrel being brought down here. Good. It's correctly loaded with dwarven wine. Okay. Should make a tiny dining room down there. Maybe. Yeah. You think they're going up to dine after grabbing their food instead of eating in place? That could be. Should probably dig out a separate room completely, but we'll go and call that one good enough, hopefully. Okay, those masons' workshops are probably done. Okay. More masons' workshops. Get some of that stuff done a little bit faster, more in bulk. Bum. Okay, I think that would be a great time for us to take a break. We've been going for about 3 hours now. I do want to go and finish a couple of extra little tasks, but probably in about half an hour, 45 minutes, we'll start to just the random sort of silly multiplayer stuff. We will be playing for some Dota 2, almost certainly. So get ready for that. I'm going to go and email subscribers now with the passwords to that. Subscribers will get first crack at joining in the Dota 2, but then usually we reveal the password to everyone in general to fill in the last few spots here and there. So we'll play it by ear. We'll see how it goes. Someone's horrified for some reason. I don't know by what. Oh, horrified of seeing Joe Rocca die. That was ages ago. Dude, get over it. What are you, an elf? Alright, we're going to take a short break, guys. See you in a couple of minutes.